Hello and welcome to Social Media Jungle Club. My name is CJ and it's my pleasure to welcome you to today's class. This is class number 21. And I'm so pleased that you're with us today, either for the first time or one of our returning members. So let's jump into today's program. Welcome to Social Media Jungle Club. Here's my contact info. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out directly. Feel free to use our Facebook group if you want to ask me a question in front of the whole group and get the whole group involved. If you ever want to message me privately, you're welcome to do that either on Facebook or email me right there, cj@socialmediajungle.club, and I'm happy to take care of anything that you need. Congratulations. If you're here and you're listening to me, that means you are here to improve your business. And you're one of the few people in the world taking active steps to improve your business and improve your life. And I just want to take one moment to acknowledge you and congratulate you for taking those steps to improve your life and your business. Pat yourself on the back. Tell yourself, great job for being in class today. So great to have you with us. Quick disclaimer, I'm not your attorney. I'm not your CPA. I'm a web geek, and I'm going to do my best to share with you things from the internet and from the web that you can use for your business. But of course, I can only tell you what I know, and I don't know a whole lot of stuff. So make sure that you do have an attorney and a CPA that can advise you on those professional things. I'm not offering legal or professional advice here. I'm just sharing my experience on the web and hope that it helps your business as well. You accept responsibility for everything. So who am I? I'm CJ Gilbert. I'm a web geek. I've been building websites for over 25 years, and that number is going to have to go up next year. I'm going to have to start saying 30 years. I don't want to say that, but it's true. Almost 30 years on the web. And I've learned a lot of stuff, and I'm here to share with you as much as I can. And maybe it's just an opportunity for you to pause and laugh and recognize it's not as scary as it may seem, even though it looks like a jungle and it feels like a jungle. And it feels really easy to get stuck and lost and alone. But you've avoided that trap by being here as part of this community. And we're so pleased that you are. My business is to serve your business. I believe that if you partner with me, that together we can do more business and I can help you do better business. And I just encourage you to be on the lookout today for your golden nugget. Our minds are so interesting. You're going to learn something new each time you watch a video, you read one of my books, any of the videos, buy me a cup of coffee and we chat. If you're open to learn something new, you're going to learn something new. And that's so interesting about the way that our minds work. Even as you watch these videos over and over and over again, which I hope you do, you're going to learn something new each and every time. Just be on the lookout for it. Grab some paper, draw your line down the middle, get ready to take notes as however you like. I like to put my notes on the left, my action steps on the right, and make sure to star your golden nuggets. So buckle up, stay hydrated. I'm going to sip my beverages over here and cough for a second, and then we're going to jump right in. The first order of business is to welcome our new members. And if you're here for the very first time, welcome. I'm so pleased that you've joined us today. Let me share with you your very first steps as part of the club. Number one, at the very top of our member page, you're going to find the welcome video. Start there. It's a short video, and it's going to teach you the very first things you need to do as part of our club. And I'm going to review those with you right now very briefly. Number one, make sure to join our Facebook group. This blue button is going to take you to the Facebook group, which you can request to join. I'll immediately approve you as part of our group. And here is where you can participate with the whole community. You can attend our live trainings. You can watch them there live as I stream them there. You can leave comments, you can ask questions, you can get help, get support, share graphics, share things that you want to share on your own social media. And I'm also posting bonus videos there throughout the weeks that you can take advantage of. So start there, make sure you're part of our Facebook group. Then I want you to make sure you're on our member list. If you're a new member, I'm going to teach you how to get on the member list. If you're a returning member, this is your reminder to click that red button and see if there's anyone new in the community that you can follow and engage with. And that's going to be a key component to today's lesson and why you do want to keep coming back to this red button and keep clicking that button to keep your engagement with the other members of our group. That's really our topic for today. And, oh, and if you're brand new, you're going to click the green button to submit your information into that list to make sure that you and all of your social media platforms that you use are part of that list for our members. And you can, if you're a returning member, you can click it again if you want to update something or add a new social media platform. Maybe when you first joined weeks and weeks ago, you were only on Facebook. And maybe after watching some of our videos, maybe you're on Instagram, maybe you're on Pinterest, maybe you're somewhere else. You can always come back, click that green button and send them to me again, and I'll make sure to update your listing. So we'll keep it updated with whatever platforms you're using. So feel free to hit it again if you have a new platform that you want to tell me about. And then make sure to join our Zoom training, live Zoom training, just like I'm doing right now. You can join me on the Zoom call if you want to show up and ask questions live, or you can watch it through the Facebook group. If you just want to watch it while we're doing it live, you can still ask me questions live in the comment box. So however you'd like to join us for those Zoom trainings, you're welcome to. And even if you can't make it live, that's no problem. They're always recorded. They're always available in the Facebook group on a continuous basis. And then at some point, days to weeks to months later, I add those to our member page where you can get all the trainings right in a row so that our new members can start right at the top with class 1 and work your way through all of the classes. So we're in class 21, and I'll remind you what we did in our last class, class 20. We talked all about reels and stories, and this is especially something that we do on Instagram, but you do see it pop up in a couple other places. If you make anything on Instagram, you can instantly share it over to Facebook, so it does also exist there. And the concept of creating reels and stories, these are things you can create on Instagram, and then really you've made a video. You can share that on any platform. So it's kind of a way to use the Instagram tools as a way to create videos, which you can then share on every platform that you use. And I did a demonstration for you. I showed you what it was like to create a video and create some reels. I created some stories. I created a reel, and then I put them all together so you could see what that looked like. And I have it pinned on my Instagram page. So you can always come back over here to my Instagram page, and I think I still have it pinned. It should still be this first one that you're seeing right here. Click that, check it out. You can see how it turned out. I'm kind of demonstrating images. I've got images in there, a video, stickers, music, kind of a collage that I created. So I'm just like demonstrating you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, or you can do them all and throw it together like I did. So check that out. And by the way, it was a lot of fun. I actually had fun creating that for you, which encourages me to make more of those. And I hope you do too. Let's get into our featured topic of the week. And I'm really excited about this topic because it is so important. Today, I want to talk about engagement. And I know I've said that word before. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but I may not have gone into it in the detail that I want to. So I thought it made sense to make today's class all about engagement and why you want to give engagement and how it helps others and how it helps you. And it's somewhere along the line, I started using this phrase. You may have been here live watching the episode where I first said this: give engagement before you get engagement. And that made so much sense to me that it's just something that's like keeps ringing in my head, and I keep saying it back to you. Give engagement before you get engagement. So what did I do? I had to create a graphic out of it, which looks like this, and then I had to put it on a t-shirt. So here's our quick advertisement. I now have merch that you can buy as part of Social Media Jungle Club. I'm going to put the links to this in the show notes, in the comments section, underneath this video in the member page. I've created 2 different shirts with several colors available. There's the give engagement before you get engagement. Oh, what did I just click? How did it do that? It went all the way to the end. That's cool. It's not a technical issue. It's an opportunity to show you our merch store. That worked out perfectly. I've got a whole merch store of shirts that you could purchase, and and this is what it looks like. And I'm now I have the ability to just grab this link and stick it right here. I'm going to put check out this link right here. I just dropped that in the comment section. Oh, that worked out perfectly. And I've got 2 shirts that you can check out. I've got a bunch of different colors that they come in. We've got the give engagement before you get engagement. We also have Social Media Jungle Club, the logo by itself, again, in a few different colors. So you are very welcome to check those out. If you see something that you like, grab it. And there's also a mug with the Social Media Jungle Club logo on it. So that happy little accident worked out great. Okay, back to the slides. Here we go. This is where we were. I was showing you the new shirt that I created, Give Engagement Before You Get Engagement, and socialmediajungle.club. So check those out. I've already put that link underneath this video in the Facebook group, and I'm also going to make sure to have this on the member page for you in just a little bit. So please help yourself. If you happen to like one of those designs and or the coffee mug, please grab one. It does help support the show, and it would just tickle me to see you doing that. But the reason that this phrase became so important to me is how much I believe in the concept of giving engagement before you get engagement. And you may be familiar with this particular slide because I share it in almost every class. In fact, maybe every class I've mentioned that this needs to be your first steps. Whatever platform you're using, this is what you're going to do. I'm encouraging you to kind of tiptoe into it and start interacting with it before you even post a word. You open your profile. You start following people that you know, certainly, but also topics that relate to what you do, other people that relate to what you do. And then I've encouraged you to begin to just go out there and click the like button. Like things that you like. Things that you really like, I wanted you to click repost, repin, share, whatever the platform says. Except for Instagram, you usually have the option to share or reshare someone else's post. And it's an easy way to begin to add content to your own platform. And I've given you permission. And if you haven't heard me say it before, hear me say it now. You can share or reshare or repost anything that I'm sharing. I share quotes. I share a quote every Monday. I share tools. I share videos. I share resources to other things that I think could help you. You are welcome to share or reshare anything that I'm putting out there to your own social media feed as if it's a free gift from you. And I've even got a resource page in my Meet CJ resource page. You can pull things off of that page that you want to share to your own community if you feel that it's something that could help your audience. And there's something there that probably will. So please share that freely. One of the things you could share is I have a free LinkedIn training that I offer. I don't want you to share the LinkedIn training that's part of this group, but I do have one that you can share with people totally for free. And then it kind of gives them a taste of what we're doing in the club. You're welcome to do that. Let me know if you need help getting that link or the graphic. Happy to send that to you so that's something that you can share as well. And I also told you this is kind of the overview of taking your first steps. Here's the Instagram version that I shared. The difference comes in number 3. Instead of liking things you like them with the heart, so you kind of love them. A thing that you can do in Instagram, you can't share them, but you can save them. There's like a little icon that looks like a bookmark. And if you click that, it allows you to save that particular post. That actually adds to the engagement factor. I'm gonna talk about that in a few more minutes here. And I even recommended leaving a comment is really good. And even if you don't really have anything to say or you don't know what to say, one of the things we talked about is in a previous class is creating a signature emoji for yourself, something that represents what you do. And I'm always using little hearts and this little leaf icon because it kind of represents the jungle. Often I'll throw the little web icon in there. So I go like heart, heart, leaf, web, leaf, leaf, leaf. And that's my signature emoji comment. I leave that, I watch a bunch of videos by Eric Lofholm, and I leave that as a comment underneath every one of the videos because it's easy to do and it helps him because it's another comment under the video. So I don't have to be clever. I don't have to come up with something super clever and amazing to say. I can just send those emojis and he knows I was there. I watched the video. I appreciate it. And so it helps him. It helps me. It's a win-win opportunity. And that's really what we're going to talk about today is the benefits of engagement. And here's the truth. It helps them and it helps you. I think I've talked mostly about how it helps them. Today, I'm going to talk about how it helps you too. It really is a win-win opportunity because every time you click like or love or huggy or care or applause or whatever platform you're on has their own version of what links or, the little love icon or whatever, right? They're a little different on every platform. But every time you do that, it's like you're adding some points. So in other words, when you click like on my post, let's say that's worth 1 point of value to me. And let's say that, a dozen of you all click that like button. That's a dozen points of value or points toward engagement. But then let's say now that you leave a comment, maybe that's worth 5 points or even 10 points. If you leave a longer, very relevant comment, that adds more points to the engagement system, which means you're actually helping to boost my posts out to other people. And if you share or reshare them, that's like 100 points because you are absolutely echoing and resharing that content to your own audience. So I've talked before about how this helps them or really how we can help each other. Today, I'm going to focus on how it helps you. But I want to still start with the other mindset because I feel like that's the best, most powerful place to come from when we're talking about social media. Because if you'll remember, we're here to build real relationships. And I understand that it's kind of a weird place when you're on the internet and you're alone in a room with your device or your computer, and it's like we're reaching out into the void, right? And so it's kind of this weird nebulous feeling of what we're doing, alone, but inside of this community. I understand that it's weird. I understand that it's kind of this weird place that we live in with this digital internet concept. But remember, we're here to build real relationships with other real people. And that's why I'm encouraging you to begin with this other focused mindset, because I feel it has the best return value if you begin with that mindset. And you may recall this slide from an earlier class when I'm referencing Gary Vaynerchuk's book called Jab, Jab, Right Hook. And he really wanted to call it Jab, 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 Right Hook. Because the philosophy is it's the little teeny things that you're doing over time. It's not about the great big right hook knockout punch. Pow! It's about the little ones. It's about the sparring. It's about the tap, 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 tap. He's using a boxing metaphor, so sometimes I use the fishing metaphor or the poker analogy, right? We'll come back to that later. But the concept is these are little taps that you're making before you go in for the big knockout punch. Pow! So think about it from the concept of jabs, little jabs. Every time you click that like button, it's a jab. Every time you leave a comment, even if it's just a signature emoji comment, it's a jab, jab. So I want you to understand that every little teeny interaction that you have on these social media platforms, this is what builds up. This is what adds up. And what you're really doing is you're creating an engine. And I have this picture of a train right now to represent the engine. And I'm sure you've probably seen a train get started. Trains are super heavy. It takes a lot of energy to get them started. And I know that you've seen them begin with the ch-chug, the ch-chug, the ch-chug, the ch-chug, 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 ch-chug. Do you get the concept of what I'm trying to convey here? It's a heavy train. It can be miles long, and it starts really slowly. And it starts with a lot of energy coming from this engine to try to get you to move down the track. But guess what? Once you start to pick up that momentum, it starts going faster. It starts going easier. It doesn't take quite as much work anymore. more to keep it moving once it's moving. Now it's sailing. Now it's going down the rails and it's sailing. I'm mixing up my metaphors here, but I want you to understand the concept of what I'm trying to convey to you. And that is, it's a big machine. It can feel like it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of energy to just get it moving. But that's what you're doing when you're clicking the like button, when you're leaving a thoughtful comment, when you see some dumb quote or some dumb video that I've posted about how frustrated I am with Facebook, or how you're welcome to laugh at me if it'll inspire you to make a new video, and you think that's funny and then you reshare it to your audience. It's going to encourage someone, and it's going to help me, and it's going to help you. Everything that we're doing together on social media is a win-win-win opportunity. So I know I've told you that I want you to begin with this philosophy. Start by supporting others. In your first couple weeks on any platform, I don't want you to post anything. I want you to follow others. And then I want you to click like anything that you like. I even will like someone's post. Even if I don't like the content of your post, I like that you're posting a post. And so I will like that you've posted it because I like that you're posting. Does that make sense? Just because I like it doesn't mean I agree with it. It means that I like that you're here, and I like that you're taking the opportunity to share something, and I applaud you for taking that effort. If you love it, that's when you want to share it. If I agree with you so strongly that I'm like, man, I would have posted that myself, now I hit share. Now I like it so much, I want other people to see it as if I had posted it myself. And that's when the share really becomes powerful. And I said, if you're brave, you can comment briefly, because I didn't want you to come right out of the gate swinging with your right hooks. Buy my thing, buy my thing. I want you to tiptoe into this community and learn their language first. But the comments are really powerful. Comments are a powerful way, essentially, to boost other people's content, but to boost your own. And that's really the thing that I want to talk about next, is this concept of what we're building. I showed you the train engine. I showed you the concept of the engine that you're building that's going to begin to move you down the track, although I completely recognize it's a slow start. It takes a lot of energy in your mind, in your mindset, in your habits, in your patterns, in all the things that we've been going through. When you create your social media plan, it's going to take you effort to figure out what are the categories that I'm building in my plan. Will this ever clear up where you can see it? No, not really. But this is covered in a previous class, so you can see it. What posts am I sharing? What categories of posts am I sharing? And then what posts go in each category? And then they begin to get mapped out for the whole month. This is all the what day is it? It's April 3rd. And I want you to just look at the colored squares right here and see these are all posts I have already pre-scheduled for my month. Look at how many I've gotten on my chart already so far. You know why? Because I started to do it yesterday, and my wife was listening to a video behind me, and it was just easy. I started listening to the video with her, and so I didn't really want to do any other work that distracted me. So I just kept doing this. It was an easy thing that I could do while I was listening to this particular video, but this particular teaching that we were listening to, right? So I did more probably yesterday than I would have normally done, just because I was in a flow and it was easy, and I strategically picked which ones I wanted to do. I did all my testimonial videos for the whole month. I did my media interviews for the whole month. I planned out I do a special thing on Tuesdays where I'm posting either my book or me as a speaker. So I did all my Tuesdays, and some educational posts that I like to post. I did all of those for the month. So it's like I picked a category and I used that category. I filled out that category for the month. This still leaves me plenty of places that I can come back later and plug in other things. So my point is, it starts slow, and I know that. It starts with energy and effort, and I know that. But once your train starts picking up, man, it was literally so easy to do all of these posts because of the tools, because of the process. And if you've seen the last few classes where I reviewed how to make your plan and I showed you how I use Buffer to create posts and then magically reshare and repost them, you can see how that speeds up what you're doing enormously. Well, today I want to talk about the other machine that you're creating in each social media platform. And I've got this weird graphic that I'm showing you because I just want you to kind of get this idea of the machine that you are creating. And here's the big point about everything that's boiling up to this moment of what I want to talk to you about today, about the concept of engagement. Everything on these social media platforms works on an algorithm, on a mathematical problem. And here's the key. When you're on a social media platform, I'm just going to take Facebook, for example. It's easy to talk about. And you have, let's say you have 1,000 friends on Facebook. When you log into Facebook, you are not going to see the posts of all 1,000 friends that you're friends with. Facebook is going to choose whose posts to share you. And how do they choose whose posts to share you? It's all based off of your engagement algorithm machine. In other words, the people with whom you are engaging are more likely to show up on your feed. And here's the next thing to tell you. The people with whom you are engaging are now more likely to see your posts. That's your golden nugget. Write it down. You see, the entire time we've been going through this social media journey together, I've been telling you to do engagement for the purpose of promoting other people. What I may not have told you, and probably on purpose, is that while you're doing that, you're actually building up your own algorithm, your own sharing platform algorithm. Because every time you left a comment, you clicked like, you shared or reshared someone else's post, yeah, you're boosting their content. You're adding the engagement points to what they're doing, but you're also building up your own so that when you got to the point that you had something to share, I've clicked like now on MJ's posts and Dave's posts and Casey's post, right? On Cheryl's posts and on Jean's posts and on Evelyn's post. As I click those likes over time, now I go to share something. Guess who's going to see the stuff that I'm sharing? All of those people that I've been interacting with, because that's how the algorithm works. It's all about what you're doing and who you're interacting with, and if those people are interacting back with you. So that's why I'm encouraging you to come into the Facebook group and leave us a comment and ask us a question and let us interact with each other. And then we take it outside of the group. Now we're just kind of in the Facebook world in general. We still see each other's posts. We still get to leave comments under each other's posts. I'm seeing more of you now on my normal feed than I did before because we're interacting with each other. That's the magic. That's what I really want you to take away from today's class. As you're giving the engagement to others, you're actually building up the engagement for your own social media platform. And I really wanted you to start with the other mindset because I think that gives us the best foundation for success. But the whole time, you've been building up your own engagement value by engaging with others. Isn't that cool? That's what I wanted from the beginning. So I thought it was important in today's class to tell you that directly. If I haven't told you that before, I'm telling you now. You are giving engagement to the other members of our community. Yes, absolutely, to help them 100%, to support each other and help each other get more exposure on our posts. That's absolutely what we're doing here. That's why I've created this as a community. But the other reason, and I don't know if one's more important than the other, because they both work together. When you're doing that, it supports your own work. It increases your own engagement. And how cool is that? So here's the next kind of strategy for you. If there's a particular person or group or people that you want them to see what you're doing, I would encourage you to start engaging with their content more frequently. Because if you start clicking the like button on the posts that they share, it pops up on their side when you do that. It says, MJ just liked your post. Dave just liked your post. Casey just liked your post. You leave a comment, they see that even more. And they're going to start to see your name pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. And then guess what happens? Then they're going to see a post that you shared. They may not have interacted with you before, but you've been interacting with them. And now they see your post and they're going to remember, they're going to recognize that name. Oh, that Casey guy. Oh, that MJ. She's been writing on my posts. I wonder what she's doing today. And you got them. Hook, line, and sinker. And that's how it works. That's what I want you to take away from today's program. So yeah, I'm all about give engagement. Give it first because it helps you. It helps them. It helps each other. I'm all about the win-win-win opportunities. So let me know if that resonates with you today. Would you let me know if that makes sense to you today? Does this help? This idea that we're creating this kind of machine, this is how all the platforms work. And they all have their different algorithms. All their algorithms are different. Facebook is different than LinkedIn, is different than Pinterest, but they still kind of all work the same way. So the more you engage with other people, the more likely more people are going to engage with you. And that's my whole story. That's my whole lesson today. So experiment with that. I'd love to know if you can confirm that what I'm saying is true. Have you seen that happen? Have you noticed that happen? Or maybe you will notice now that we're talking about it. Let me know. I'd love to know if that's helped you and if you recognize that that's happening as you've been doing that. Give us some feedback. Let me know. I'd love to find out. I left this slide in case there's anything else that we wanted to go take a field trip. My field trip is, let's see if I can make it pop up immediately. Where's the link? My field trip is buy a t-shirt. Jump on over to social media, click the link below and check out our social media merch that we have available for you. Maybe you can grab a give engagement before you get engagement shirt, or the social media shirt, or the mug are all available. And you'll see the other merchandise I have there too for the other brands that I'm building. So that's my field trip for the day. So recall that we are here to enter a community that already exists. And I'm going to repeat all this stuff again because it's so important as we're closing our program today. Start by reading and learning. Don't jump into the tribe of people and be like, buy my thing, buy my thing. We don't want to drive people away from you. We do want to begin with that others first mentality because it's going to support you most. And I want you to recognize that we are here to be human and we are here to interact with real people one by one to be real and form those real connections. And then pick whichever one of these metaphors you like. I'm going to talk about the penny ante and I'm going to talk about the fishing lines. So penny ante, if you're a poker player, if you're a card player, you'll recognize the concept of you sit down and play the game of poker and every hand you're throwing another penny in the pot. I only play penny games of poker, right? So if you want to be like $100 a hand, I don't know, whatever you do is fine. But for me, I like to think of it as the penny ante because it's a small thing that you're doing when you sit down to play. You're just dropping another penny in the pot. But here's the point. Those efforts, they add up over time and eventually the jackpot is yours. Let's talk about the fishing analogy. Every time you sit down to play, you're throwing another line in the water. And it's not the same line that you're then pulling back and throwing in again. No, every time you're playing, you're throwing a new line in the water. Have you seen these guys? I mean, it went from I've seen people fishing with one pole to now they're fishing with like a bunch of poles. They sit down and they like set up this pole and they kind of put it in the ground and they set up this pole and put it in the ground and they set up this pole and put it in the ground. And then they sit back with their beer as they've got 6 fishing poles in front of them all in the water. And then whichever one gets the bite, they run over and grab that one, right? That's kind of what we're doing here. Every time you sit down to play and you click like and you click share and you leave a thoughtful comment, even if it's just your emojis, you're throwing another line in the water and it will come back to you. You will get a bite on those lines as they find their way back to you. So get out there, take some action, put these ideas into practice, and then let me know what questions you have after that. Ask me any questions that you have. If it's about social media, if it's about one of these trainings, if it's about anything that we've talked about in class, feel free to drop the comment right underneath the video where you saw it, or create a brand new post in our Facebook group to ask me that question. And we'll either address it right there, or we'll do a brand new class on the topic if I think that makes sense, to make sure that you get your questions answered. So ask me whatever questions you have, and we're going to take care of it. And let me know also, would you please, what's your favorite moment or takeaway from today's class? What's the ding? What's the new idea, the bright light moment, the light bulb moment? What's that one thing that you're going to take away from today's class that's going to help you in your social media journey this month? Let us know, would you? Because we understand the internet is a jungle. It's so easy to get lost. It's so easy to go down a path that you thought was the right way, and all of a sudden you're in quicksand, you're stuck, you can't get out, you don't know where to go next, it's getting dark, and you feel lost and alone. Well, that's how most people feel, but not you, because you're part of a tribe of people. We're here to help each other. We're here to help each other get through this nightmare of a jungle that we call the internet and social media. So let us guide you through. Let us help out each other. Let us know how we can support you as you go through your social media journey this week. That's our class. I hope something that I've said today is helpful to you. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Ask me a question. And we can't wait to see you again in the next Social Media Jungle Club. My name is CJ. Let me know if you have any questions at all. The community is here to help you. Make sure you've got your info in our member list. And I should have mentioned this as part of the training, but here's your bonus training if you're still watching at the end. The member list is live links to each other's platforms. In other words, it is a tool that you could use every week, every day, as you could click through the list and take a look at each person's platform today and see if there's something new that you could interact with. Remember, the platforms choose what they show you. So when you log into Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you're not going to get a whole list of all the people in our group unless you've already been interacting with those people. So you have to preload who's going to show up by deliberately going to each one of our members' various pages and platforms and start clicking that like button. That's what starts feeding the formula. That machine, maybe I should take us back to that slide because it was really cool, right? Boop, 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 boop. 2 seconds, and here it is. This machine that we're building, you can begin the process by going through our member list, going through each line of each member, and going to each platform or each page that they're sharing. Not everyone's got 7 platforms like this guy right here. Most people only have 1 or 2. You could click through and go live to each of those pages and click that like button a couple times. Leave a comment under a couple of those. Share something that you think is really cool and your own audience could help you. We have to preload this machine by doing the interaction first before the people pop up on your timeline. Does that make sense? And that's why I want you to use the member list. I did mention that at the beginning of the class. So here we are again. That's why the member list can be a valuable tool for you to use all week long, because it's a list of our members. It's going to take you right to their particular thing. I have it arranged in columns on purpose, so you could go straight down the Facebook column and visit each member's Facebook page. Or you could choose a member and go across and visit each one of their pages on the different platforms. Please begin to see that as a tool that you can actively use throughout your week to begin this engagement machine. You've got to build it. It all begins by where you're clicking that like button and who you give that engagement to. That's what feeds the formula. So start feeding that formula and use our member list to do it. Man, I'm so glad I didn't forget to tell you about that, because that was hugely important. Now I'm going to wish you a wonderful day. Let us know how we can support you in the next coming weeks. Let us know what questions you have, and get out there and do some good in social media. We'll see you again next time, and God bless. The internet's a jungle. Roar! me fix my hair. How's my hair? How's my makeup? It's good. This is what you get. So, I apologize, for how this looks, but that's not what we're here today. You're not here to look at me. You're here to learn from me. Hopefully you'll find something that you can learn in today's program. So without further ado, here we go.